It's looking like it could be a rain game. It's supposed to rain. I'm not sure if it's going to rain in the evening. It's not the best news. Brock Purdy doesn't have the biggest hands, and it seems like when the ball is slick, whether it's raining or snowing or merely humid outside, the ball has a tendency to slip out of his hand when he's trying to throw it. We've seen it happen multiple times. Does the prospect of precipitation impact this game?
I think it has a massive impact. I mean, Stafford plays in a dome and he has his whole career, but Stafford's not small by any means, and Stafford has a strong arm to cut through any weather.
Big hands.
I don't think the weather would
Pause.
impact him. Yeah. I don't think the weather would impact him the way that it does Brock. And we know that it does impact Brock. Maybe it does Stafford. We don't know that for sure. And I think it would be a cool opportunity for Brock to kind of turn this narrative on its head, though. I mean, I feel like every time that there's weather implications like rain or what have you, I'm like, all right, I know it hasn't been good for the previous 3 games or 4 games or however many we are into this whole thing, but this is your opportunity to kind of change that narrative. If you come out and you play just as good as you always do in dry weather, then all of a sudden the narrative starts to shrink a little bit. But if you don't play good, then the narrative only grows. And so at some point, it is who you are. I don't know if we're there yet, but I do think we're close. I'm excited if it rains to see what it looks like for Brock. But also, as far as the 49ers' chances, at this point, seeing Brock in the rain, I don't think I would be confident that he'd be able to operate the way that he normally does.
This might be why George Kittle is saying Debo's going to have a big game, because look, as a play caller, Kyle Shanahan, if he has to be prepared for it to rain a lot, and in the case that it does, he can't really be calling passes down the field with Brock. I mean, he didn't in Buffalo when he tried the one time, it was intercepted and it didn't count, but it was bad. I think if it is raining, all of a sudden the Niners passing game is like 10 yards and in. And if that's the case, then yeah, they're going to need Deebo Samuel to play well.
Yeah, then dial up Debo.
It's the Debo offense. I don't know if it's going to work, but it worked once upon a time. And the thing about Debo is he put such a target on his back this week. He brought so much attention to himself. Man, if he has anything left in the tank, he's got to show it this week.
That's the thing about Debo, though, is some people need that pressure to perform. And he's always been that way. He's always put that pressure on himself. He does this on purpose. Like when he does these things, I genuinely believe it's to get himself up to play a big game. Now, that doesn't mean that that's still there, that he can do that. But if it does exist, I would expect that this might be the situation where you see him just go crazy, because he's always done this. The whole thing with the Rams in the past when Aaron Donald was on the team. Oh, Debo who? Okay, well, I'll show you. And then he did game after game after game. Oh, Philly, I'm going to talk trash all offseason about how bad you are and leading up to the game. And boom, big game. He puts the pressure on himself, but he does perform under that pressure when he puts it on himself. That we can say for sure about Debo Samuel. So let's see if he can do it again.
Running back. That's my wrinkle. I know it hasn't been working, but the option is him or Israel Abanikanda or Patrick Taylor Jr. You're going to average 3.5 yards a carry one way or another, but Debo might give you something in the passing game from that position where he won't against man coverage.
Hopefully Garendo can play. Like, is there,
Yeah, hopefully he can play, but even if he can, like, what are we really expecting? He's got a sprained ankle.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a foot.
Or who knows what he's got.